He does, and that's what I mean. I don't know what you do to help him.
I guess we should start the show, eh?
Huh?
It's 10 o'clock.
Yep.
I'm good at this.
We're talking and smoking and drinking coffee.
Yeah.
Like we always do.
Friend. Not too long, friends, and we'll be able to do this beside a fire.
Activation code
We're going to have to move the fire pit for a little bit, though.
Huh?
We're going to have to move the fire pit for a
Access
little bit.
granted.
That's okay.
If I laid it underneath her trailer, she might get upset.
Evacuation defect activated.
We'll go up that way.
Friend. That's kind of what I was thinking. Either that or off the side here.
Is she fine right here?
Huh?
Is she fine right there?
She is.
We're back.
You can move her back.
Right. We're going to move her sideways that way. So we block the wind on that side.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Welcome to the bunker.
If the trailer's talking. Oh, wait. That's just the wind. That's what I mean. It's the wind. It's just the wind talking. Oh.
You know, it's the dogs.
Oh, yeah.
Although if they get that to the rock, it's okay. I'm proud of those dogs. You kind of punch your hand out. So. Kayla tried to convince me we needed one. Nope. She's wrong.
Good evening. Welcome to the S-4 Bunker, coming to you live here in the kind of wet and rainy Cascade Mountains now in Concrete, Washington. That's right. It's a small panel. It's just myself, Eric Cooper, Cole Wagleitner, and Rick.
To those of you that have been listening since the start of this, I'm sorry.
What?
We were live that entire time.
Were we?
Yep.
Oh.
We talked through the entire intro.
Oh, shit.
I'm good at this tonight. Friend.
Oh. It's okay. Shit happens. Oh, yeah. It's been a long, every week's a long week for you because you're just always on the road.
Friend, not anymore. Like, actually, this week has been quite easy with that, but, because they're carpooling. But,
yeah.
Sleep has been off. And then, friend, last week was John's birthday. This week's Hunter's birthday. Today, actually, he's 17, which is awesome. One more year, and then he's not my responsibility.
Right.
Fully anymore. Friend.
Anthony's 12 on Friday.
No, he's 21.
Oh, 21. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my dyslexia is kicking in. Hey, he can drink now.
Yeah. Send booze, people.
Oh, wow. So tonight, we're going to go back to the basics. What's paranormal? What do you think paranormal is, Cole?
Okay. So, back in the 1940s,
okay,
they started the paratroopers.
Mm.
And those guys, they would jump out of the plane and they'd be like, yeah, this is fucking normal. Like, this is okay. And
right.
then they'd get shot and they'd be like, no longer normal.
That's paranormal?
I like that. I like that description, yeah.
Or if they in the 1940s, they jumped and they landed on a Foo Fighter. And they surfed.
Considering the Foo Fighters weren't a band until the 1990s, that would be weird. Like, that would be amazing.
Oh, God. So, what do you think paranormal is, Rick? What's paranormal to you?
Well, since all the good jokes have been taken, and by good, I use that term loosely. Paranormal. Paranormal for me is, well, the easy explanation, what the stock explanation is for us, the world is anything that can't be explained by science. Although, as we were discussing before the show, that's, sometimes science is pretty lazy in what they don't, or they just don't want to acknowledge that there might be things that does fit into their narrative. So, paranormal for me is anything I don't understand, which is a lot. So,
Like the Texans making it to Super Bowl ever.
Hey, we made it to the playoffs. Unlike the local team here in the state.
So, just wondering, did you feel that in your throat?
Dude.
The choke?
Oh, hey, we played a superior team. This wasn't like
Wait.
the Cowboys.
Why did Pete Carroll
Cowboys.
quit?
Huh?
Why did Pete Carroll leave? Was he fired?
Because, yeah, he was... Yeah.
He was.
Why?
He was
told-
fired hard.
Yeah.
Because he...
It-
Why?
Because he's done.
Well,
Friend,
because
they need to go in a different direction. It's time.
Okay.
And he knew it.
Well-
Yeah.
He didn't want to. And it makes sense. I don't want to give up that paycheck either. But we are all going to miss him. He was a great
Absolutely.
coach.
He was a fucking awesome coach.
He was probably one of the best coaches ever in the NFL. But
Yep.
as it stands, I've lost complete faith in the NFL itself. So
Yeah, they're not doing too terribly wonderful. You want to talk about conspiracy theories?
Yeah.
Man,
no, it's fucking rigged as fuck. There is no way around that anymore.
I mean, down to the fact that the logos have had. Well, the big conspiracy theory going around right now is the Super Bowl logos.
It will be San Francisco and
Yep.
the Baltimore Ravens.
Yep,
That
because
will be
of
in the Super Bowl.
Next year?
Yep.
No, this in 2 weeks, 3 weeks,
Oh.
2.5 weeks, 2.5
Yeah,
weeks.
they're-
Those will be the two teams at the end.
Okay.
The conspiracy theory is that they put the Super Bowl logo out before the game, so they put it on the merchandise and everything else for the game. And the logos for the past few years have had the color schemes have had two colors in them, and the colors have corresponded with some of the teams, each team's color. So so the theory is they've already written it out. They've already decided who's going to be in the game, and they've had the color for the colors for each team have been included in the logo, not major parts of the logo. So yeah, that's the new thing in NFL or sports conspiracy is yes, it is definitely rigged, and I believe it 100%.
Do you know what really bothers me? Did you hear who's doing the halftime show?
Usher.
With?
Yeah.
With who?
I don't know that I've heard with who.
Reba fucking McEntire.
What?
Yeah.
Oh Lord. Well, wait. Where's the Super Bowl this year?
Also, do you know who can't?
Snoop Dogg?
No.
Taylor Swift can never do a Super Bowl show again
Why?
because she's banned from the NFL stadiums
Why?
What?
because she overshadowed the NFL.
No, they put her on TV. Tony Romo had to go out of his way not to mention her last weekend. They put her up on screen they cut to a shot of her at the beginning of that Chiefs-Bills game, and he said, well, there's another person who paid to get into the game today, and I was like, well, no, she didn't pay to get into the game.
Oh my God! They were so the conservatives are flipping the fuck out on her because she actually went out and she told her fans get out and register to vote.
Yeah.
I can't remember the number, but there were like 13,000 every fucking half hour right after she fucking said that.
Good.
And so the conservatives are flipping the fuck out because, oh my God, no, we don't need all these young people voting. But
Right.
yeah, we really do. It's a democratic process.
If it would have happened last year, though, or last election,
Yeah.
friend, we would have had a chance of having the non-Kardashian in the fucking seat. What's his name? Kanye.
Oh God. Yeah.
That's the problem.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, but then again, until they make it where it's online, completely.
What?
I don't know that I don't know that you can vote online. I know some states were toying around with the idea of it, but I don't think we can do it.
I don't think they can because, well, one, the cyber risk is too high.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the main reason. But I mean, what are people going to go to the library and use the laptops there to vote? I mean, it's a possibility, but not everyone's got a computer.
Well, but again,
You still have to have, you still have to have polling stations to an extent.
I got to look at we just got a ballot
Yeah,
for February, and I don't even know what it's on yet.
it's on the school.
Oh, okay.
Oh, is that,
that's
okay, that's been down
that's
the mailbox today.
not a
I
big
didn't,
deal.
yeah, but I didn't get a booklet.
No, because it's just about the school. I don't think anybody got a booklet.
That's
They want to raise our property taxes for the school because they need to do fire alarms.
Okay, well that's acceptable.
Have a kid stand up and say, "Hey, there's a fire! Hey, get the hell out!"
Right? Oh my God!
Holy shit, Paula!
Okay.
You rock.
You know what? This is gonna be. You know what? And keep them coming. I don't care because some of them will be.
She just gave you 9.
I know.
She just gave you the entire show, and you're asking for more?
I want
You
18.
bastard.
I want 18. Anyway, no. Back to Taylor Swift, real quick. Just real quick.
Yeah.
So she was in the box seat with I can't remember her boyfriend's name. Her boyfriend
Kels.
is
Travis
Kelce.
Kelce.
yeah. She was in his family's box.
She was hanging out with his mom.
Yeah. And you know what the customer? You know what they were bitching about? Because
the brother
she said fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Really? If his parents didn't give two shits, who gives a fuck?
If they were going to be offended by that, not the fact that his shirtless brother, who's a center for the Philadelphia Eagles, was sitting there drunk and had a big old can of beer and was going, woo! I mean, he had his big old beer gut hanging out there.
So I guess part of that is because they want to keep. They think she'd be held to a higher standard because she's got kids watching her.
Well,
But they didn't bring that up. They didn't bring that part up.
nah,
The part they brought up was, oh my God, she said fuck in front of her boyfriend's mom. Well,
But also, okay, so if we have, everyone's mic'd up now in the NFL, right? Mm-hmm. They give them, about half the players on the field, they give them mics. What happens if they say an F word?
they do.
It's an
Repeat
automatic, and it's an automatic $50,000 fine for every time.
But here's the thing. There's it may be up to 30 seconds now. It was when I was working in television. The networks had a 10-second delay so that they could dump out the audio.
Yeah.
So so they could cut away from. But it still gets through periodically.
It doesn't matter if it gets through or not. If they swear into the mic, even if they're here swearing on the field, it's still a $50,000 fine.
Well, yeah. No, the player gets fined. Yes, but it's hard to see with their helmets on and everything.
Yeah.
It is hard to see that.
But
So
the thing is, like you said, Rick, she didn't pay to get in.
no, she did not.
Those tickets were provided by the
I'm
NFL.
fairly sure that the Patrick Mahomes.
and then they get a banner?
Yeah.
I mean,
Because she started doing stuff in there that is not appropriate for someone representing the NFL. Because as soon as you are paid for by the NFL to be there, you are representing them.
okay.
Yeah. Well, I guarantee you, if she doesn't have anything going on, she's been their golden goose all season long. They have made it abundantly clear they're trying to court the Swifties. As if the NFL doesn't have enough money as it is and doesn't pay their former players who are beaten and broken and everything else and don't give them proper medical care.
Well, but they don't have enough money anymore, Rick. That's the problem.
They do. They make money hand over fist. The NFL is they just on NFL on the television contracts alone, they make billions of dollars. I mean, I can't even
Do you know how
remember
much they just lost at Super Bowl already?
Well, I can't imagine they lost anything.
They dropped Bud Light.
Oh well.
Oh my God! Over
Which caused-
LGBT
Which
commercials.
caused 14 other companies to not put in a commercial this year.
Well, that's their own fucking fault.
Friend, it is and it isn't.
I mean, oh my God, Target and Bud Light are making commercials supporting LGBT. Who cares?
It wasn't a commercial, it was a can. And Eric, I get it, but at the same time, that's not your target demographic. Friend, stick to your target demographic if you're fucking smart. If you're not, then don't be in the fucking business.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to make money. Bud Light is dead. They are dying out.
Bud Light.
Oh, well.
This is a thing, and this is a Texas thing, and I don't know if it's for everybody, but back when I was going to bars at a lot, back in the late 90s, early 2000s, the ones that I went to, of course, you're on the Gulf Coast, there's a large Hispanic population. And the guys, all of them, to the extent where if you drive through Houston too, the billboards, no other beer did it in Spanish except for Bud Light. It was the unofficial, and I don't know if it still is, the unofficial beer of Hispanic males and females that I knew. I didn't know anybody else that drank Bud Light, but when they would have Tejano bar night at the bar I'd go to play pool, they would sell out. They couldn't keep enough Bud Light in stock. So, and that's not a stereotype thing. It's just what it was. I don't know if it's like that in Arizona or New Mexico, or for that matter, for the rest of Texas. But in our region, Bud Light that was the thing. So that was their target demographic. So I don't know when the Bud Light, I told Paula when the whole can thing came out, the controversy, I was like, I don't have a problem with that. I just think they, like Cole was saying, I don't know who they were trying to, I don't know, did transgender people drink crappy beer?
Yeah, like, that's the thing. Why would you go after a demographic when your main demographics are Mexican populations, NASCAR, NBA, and NFL?
Yeah. Exactly.
You just alienated half of them.
Yeah, Bud Light is not aimed at, they're going to drink better quality, they're not going to drink beer. Or they're not going to drink that kind of beer. So, yeah, you're not drinking Bud Light. I'm not saying, I shouldn't say that. Because
legitimately, there's only one beer company that's still fucking smart.
Miller?
Corona.
Oh, well, yeah.
We make crap beer. We have for years. We still do. It's always going to be that way. Get used to it. Friend, like, it's horse piss. That's what it is. Friend, they know it. Everyone else knows it. It's never going to change, and they're fine with it.
Yeah.
But, like, look at their commercials.
Yeah.
It's Snoop Dogg, Andy something, and another guy, some sports guy. I can't remember who.
Roma was doing it.
Yeah, Roma. They're all sitting on a beach just drinking one. That's it.
Yep.
That's their only commercial they really do, is them three sitting on a beach talking.
Yep.
Friend.
It's always a beach. It's just different people.
Yeah.
Yep.
And, like,
they keep it simple.
Yeah. Friend, Budweiser sticks to those fucking horses like crazy.
Yep.
Friend.
Well, I don't even know what Miller Lite does anymore as far as advertising. They used to be funny. At least that would be something that was a selling point. But
I don't think they do anything anymore.
But, man, their commercials just aren't funny anymore.
But yeah, like a bunch of businesses killed their Super Bowl commercials for this year.
Yeah.
Because of that.
I guarantee you they still got plenty of money. They're not hurting. So although they...
Rick, you got to remember, the owners aren't hurting.
Well, no.
But the stadiums themselves and the little people that are involved with actually making those places run, they are.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, no, that's always been the case. So, I mean, that's anytime there's a strike and it's always the owners, it's their fault. And who pays for it? Well, it's the businesses in the areas or in and around the stadium who were sold when they went to the state and the city to build the new stadium that hey, this is going to make you money. It's going to revitalize your area. It's going to bring businesses plenty of money. And then every few years, they shortchange their employees, their players, and then go on strike. And then, yeah. So, although I don't think this is paranormal, so I don't know how I wandered off.
No, hey, it's fine. But
Yeah, just the intro. So
I will say, Eric, don't get me wrong to everyone. I do support LGBTQ.
Mm-hmm.
I just think Bud Light, the 4 people who were in charge of marketing that day, they done fucked up. Friend, because they didn't do anything for the LGBTQ community. Not anything good.
no.
They fucked them over. Hardcore.
Yeah.
Because all they did was make them more hated.
Well, and they made
This is
that poor
true.
kid. That kid took all the heat for it too, and he was just some TikToker or something. I mean,
Yeah.
he wasn't even the biggest of the big time, but it certainly put him on the map, and it not in a good way.
Yeah.
So
Anyway, what is paranormal? Paranormal,
Anything outside the norm.
basically, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's the definition.
But no, this is an argument. It has been an argument for fucking years. You go to a paranormal Facebook group and you ask about UFOs in a paranormal group, and all of a sudden you're attacked. UFOs aren't paranormal, or Bigfoot's not paranormal. By definition, they would be. UFO is just an unidentified flying object.
Yeah, but those people also get upset when I tell them you're not smarter than a fucking stick. So what's
That's
the
true.
point?
That's
Like,
so
that's
it's
the
your
thing.
fault.
You can't take a word and make it your own. It doesn't work that way.
No.
The definition by Webster is anything not being explained by mundane scientific methods.
Yep. And we'll get to that. We'll get to the science part. That's one of Paul's questions. But again, by that definition, cryptids, cryptozoology, the UFO field, they're all not explained by scientific method.
The Twix bars.
Huh?
The Twix bars.
Which bar?
Yeah.
What about it?
How the fuck do they make them so perfectly to sit on top of each other and they don't melt off?
AI.
No, it's not. That is paranormal.
That's paranormal?
Yeah.
Okay.
It can't be.
It can't be explained?
It can't be explained with science.
Yep.
So
Twix is a paranormal bar.
yes.
So
Now that's marketing.
it is. Oh, and there's apparently Whatcom County Recreation has a kids paranormal enthusiast group for the ages of, I believe, 12 to 17 or something,
They probably watch fucking Ghost Hunters
which I thought was cool as shit. Yeah, God.
or Ghost Adventures too.
Uh-huh.
Like that.
Tap.
Yeah, no, that's probably what it is, Eric.
Taps.
Friend, my school got a year after I graduated. They got a forensic science class,
Huh?
and they watched CSI in class. That's all they did.
Oh, God.
So when I see something like that, I'm like, okay, that's what they do.
Okay, so some of these questions are going to be overlapped a little bit because, so for example, I'm going to go in order anyway. But what are some of the scientific methods and tools that are used to investigate paranormal claims and events? Good question.
I prefer torture. When they claim something, I'd like to torture the truth out of them.
I like the stretching table
Yeah.
and the crusher, the finger crusher. That one's kind of cool too. Waterboarding, it's kind of overused anymore. But anyway,
When it comes to events, I like to swear a lot. That's my scientific method.
yep.
Like, holy fuck, did you see that ghost? Oh my fucking god.
I just got pushed. Something just pushed me. Yeah, fuck off. Anyway, so scientific method. You ask the question. You come up with a hypothesis. You test the hypothesis. You try to replicate it. Scientific method. Hard to do. That's why scientific method is hard to do with the paranormal. You're not going to get a spirit to do the same thing. It's hard to replicate. Now, oftentimes the scientific method using it will replicate if, for example, you've got a video and it's got a bunch of orbs and they're all moving one direction, and you find that, oh, well, that window was open and it was blowing dust, or the furnace vent is over there, so it was blowing dust. Those are mundane, and most of the time you're going to find mundane reasons for paranormal activity.
At the same time, I will say sometimes we put the mundane too close to the ball there, especially when it comes to orbs, because I have no reason to believe that a gust of wind couldn't push an orb.
What do you mean? Of course it does.
So if, like, it still could be an actual orb, like a spirit, getting pushed by wind, because if they're allowing themselves to be pushed by it.
So, you've seen some of the pictures I have from Iraq. Nothing but fucking orbs, and those are obviously dust. What you look for with orbs, most of the time, it just kind of bobs around. A real orb is also moving under its own power. A real orb. A spirit orb.
But can you guarantee that?
From one of the ones I've seen, yeah.
Yeah, but what if they don't have enough energy to do that themselves, so they use the wind to push them?
Some of them will.
Yeah.
Some of them will.
So you can't guarantee that it has to have its own power.
But if you identify, and most of your real orbs have their own color to them. That's how you know you have something real.
Well, that's racist.
A blue orb, a red orb.
So now if it's a white orb, it doesn't count.
Nope. It doesn't.
White orb is franchise.
So some of the tools that are used are mundane tools. An EMF meter is used by electricians. Instead of going to a ghost stop or haunting, and I like what a skeptic said. Somebody asked on one of the videos I was watching, what are ghost hunting tools? And he said, you know what? There are none. There aren't any ghost hunting tools. Now, there's tools used in the process of trying to find ghosts, like an EMF meter, which is actually used by electricians building a house. Or electricians that come in and you have a wiring problem, so they'll actually oftentimes bring in an EMF meter because it detects a high degree of electrical frequency. Which the theory is ghosts or spirits can also use that same frequency. So you walk in and identify where this high energy is coming from. It's coming from a power box, then obviously there's your problem. If you're in a part of the building or your location where there is no power source, and understand, you go into a location, you turn off your cell phones. Better yet, leave your cell phones in the car, because your cell phones, you see them on TV, they got these little two-way radios, and those could also set off an EMF meter. You got anything to add on the EMF meter?
Yeah. The number one thing I will say about that is, how do I put this? Friend, there is a reason they say use the right tool for the right job. Friend, the problem is none of these tools were ever developed for this particular job.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not always going to work. In fact, I'd say it's about 50-50.
With EMF?
Because you're not going to be able... Yeah, with almost every paranormal tool out there.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're basing it off what we know so far. Problem is, a tool is only as useful as the person behind it.
Yep.
Friend, you give a young kid a ratchet, friend, he ain't going to know what to do half the time.
Mm-mm.
Or she. Friend, but you put that into an experienced mechanic's hand, friend, and he can take apart your car like nothing.
Yep.
And I'll actually put it back together if he's nice. But the tool will only work in the right hands.
Mm-hmm.
Friend, you can bring every tool you want. If you're not open to it, if you're not willing to actually put in the work yourself and just not rely on your tools only, they're not going to work for you. Because you're not going to know what's real or not.
Right.
Friend.
Education. So your brain is your most important tool.
Yes.
Well, not just your brain, but education. Training and your brain. There we go. Because your brain's not worth a fuck unless you read or get some training on it. Another tool we use is, what I like is a dual reading
Guns.
gun?
Yeah.
Temperature gun. There we go.
Sure. You just made this paranormal experience a lot less, exciting.
Okay, your shotgun with rock salt.
Yeah.
That'll kill spirit.
That's a lot to just take out all the buckshot and put in rock salt, so...
Also, that's handy for killing people, not killing people, right?
No, that's
So,
for killing
Somebody
spirits.
on the property, shoot
And
them
I'm
with
just
rock
saying.
salt.
If movies have taught us anything, iron works better than rock salt. I can
True.
still get iron buckshot.
No, that's for Faye. That'll kill
No,
the
I
Fae.
mean,
That'll kill the Fae. But yes, your a dual reading digital thermometer to detect cold spots. And again, cold spots can be your air conditioner in one spot of the house. It can be, again, that's where your furnace is. So it's going to be hotter on that side of the house versus over here.
Right.
But that's also the other problem is, with temperature gauges and all that, friend, especially the ones we use, friend, if you really want an answer to whether a hot spot or a cold spot is actually what it is, you actually have to go and look at the subfloor.
True.
Because one piece of wood will absorb more heat than one other one. It depends on how wide the grain is on the wood. Friend.
So you're basically home inspecting.
Yeah.
Yeah. The reason I say yeah, I agree, because I was just thinking, this cabin we live in, if you were to set ghost hunters on it, they would go, the TV show people, of course, they would have a full 2 or 3 episodes, because the electricity sitting out, the landlord that built the place is a very good drywaller. And he's really good, it's insulated well and everything else, but the electricity is interesting. So the EMF meters would be going off the charts all the time. He randomly drilled holes into the floor, and of course there's no tile in the entryway in the bathroom areas, and he, in the bathroom especially, he drilled holes up to put PVC through for the plumbing, but he would miss, and he would just move a few inches over and drill another one. Well, if you can't see it because it's behind the toilet, why is this bathroom so cold? Oh, there's an extra hole in here we didn't know about because he didn't plug it back up.
Right.
So, yeah.
No one in our house ever worries about that.
Well,
Yeah.
and that's kind of the point. You walk into you get a case and you walk in. You're not. At least I never did. You don't walk in expecting a spirit to pop out and go boo, boo. No.
Every time.
You did every time.
I'm looking for him.
No, you want to answer the client's questions of what the fuck is going on.
Right.
That's
Actually, I figure we should be in the kitchen trying to make a sandwich or looking for cake. That's when they found Scooby every time. And so if it weren't for him, it should work for us.
Right?
So I prefer to just walk into the client's house, start making a sandwich, and be like, yep, this is good.
Mm-hmm.
But do we have a lot of old amusement parks around here that we can blame the former owner on, or like they did in Scooby-Doo?
No.
I mean, I don't know that we have a...
Actually, we do now.
Do we?
We have Birds Bay Water Park.
Oh,
It's done.
they closed it.
Oh yeah, it's shut down.
Oh.
A kid got
Wait.
seriously hurt. So
So they closed it.
the state made them close it.
Okay.
All right.
So we do have an abandoned water park now.
Ooh, when we going?
Oh, it's creepy in there.
That's all the more fun.
It was creepy in there when it was
Oh my
open.
God, creepy is oh holy shit. Let's go. It's been
Well,
that.
wait, don't you have to have had somebody that died there in order to have it haunted?
No,
Rich Bag, plenty of people have died there.
and that's a no.
Doesn't need closed down.
But no, you don't have to have a prior death. A history of the location is one of the key components as well. You always want to look at the history and see if there's any catastrophe, if there's any kind of disasters that would happen around the area. But no, spirits can be stuck on the land, not just in a location or in a building. So there's been cases too where a brand new home was built, and there shouldn't be any kind of haunting in a brand new home, you wouldn't think, but the land itself is where the spirit was stuck.
Well, okay, so poltergeist built on an Indian burial ground would be the equivalent. Except,
Well,
yeah.
that's
Sure,
kind of
blame us.
that's kind of
It's
a drastic.
always our fault.
Well, I'm honestly glad back home they were putting in a new bridge, which we were gonna, because they didn't put in the new bridge. There was going to be a whole other burial on there in that river, but so they're putting in the new bridge, and there was an old section of our little town that had was the old African American community had been at way back. And they didn't realize, they just happened to be out surveying, and well, paper bones here. Yeah, it was an old African American cemetery. And yeah, so if you're running a road I'm assuming roads could be haunted too in that sort of case. So you go right over the top of anywhere where somebody's died tragically, or spirits have been disturbed, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Okay. So yeah, so I answered my own. I refuted my own dumb. I had to talk my around it. There you go.
So real quick, because I've been stuck up on Paolo's questions, but yeah, all of your parable. So your extrasensory perception, telepathy, clairvoyance, precognition, is actually parapsychology, and there's actually degrees on parapsychology you can get. Which cover telepathy, clairvoyance, precognition, ESP.
But that would still be considered paranormal.
It's still paranormal. Oh, no, absolutely.
Friend.
Parapsychology falls under the paranormal umbrella, but it's got its own branch as well. Because they've got, like I said, fucking degrees. I think it's Rhine University that does a lot of specialty shit on parapsychology. And then that would also cover your psychokinesis, the ability to manipulate matter or energy with the mind. Ghost, poltergeist, apparitions, and hauntings. Life after death, reincarnation, near-death experience, UFOs, aliens, abductions, cryptozoology, the study of unknown or hidden animals such as Bigfoot, Loch Ness. Yeah, that all falls under paranormal. But to add to that, you got missing 401, where you got missing people. You got alternate dimensions. You've got like we're going to be talking next week, possibly astral travel. All this falls under the paranormal realm. So another tool to get to would be your spirit box. Now and they make apps for your phone. Don't trust apps. Electronics in general can be manipulated by paranormal. So no, I'm not a real big believer on spirit boxes. SP7 maybe would be your best bet. If I had to say, you have to give me one. Your spirit SP7. That's one I've seen in use.
I hate them.
I do too, but that's the only one I've actually seen in use that I actually kind of trusted because it actually answered the client's questions directly. And that was a unique case. But you got your SB7, you've got your proximity meters, which, again, all this shit can be manipulated.
Yeah.
So, are there tools? There are. Now, for what we're going to be doing with Forest Moon, with the new platform we're using, we need game cams, a Geiger counter, heavy duty shit is what we're going to be using. And so you want a Geiger counter, for example, if you do have a UFO landing site, which is really rare, but if it does happen, I want a Geiger counter. Test radiation. Evidence collection is another area that a lot of these teams don't. They don't. Come on.
My main worry is going to be the truck. For him, that truck will be able to climb an 85-degree angle.
Uh-huh.
For him, that is my main worry.
Okay. I'll handle the tools.
Okay.
You just get me there.
For him, if it's on top of Mount Shasta, we'll fucking get there.
All right.
For him.
Is it going to have a suitably awesome paint scheme to go with it?
Nope.
Oh, darn.
It's going to have fucking house paint. Because that's what it has now.
Okay.
Friend, I'm not worried about the paint, because if I worry about the paint, then I'm going to worry about the paint the entire time we're using it.
Well, no. I
Right.
didn't expect
It's made for mountains.
$1 million
It's a
paint
mountain
job.
truck.
Friend, no, if I was going to repaint it, it would look like brand new. As brand new as I could make it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'd be freaking out every time we did anything with it, so because I don't like scratches. But with this paint that's on it now, you can't see the scratches because, well, covered by the other scratches. So
we are going to get door magnets identifying who we are.
Yeah, we'll get that. We'll get that. But
Okay.
the main thing will be new
Logo,
tires,
like-
a lift kit, and
We need searchlights too.
friend.
Light bulbs, searchlights.
Yeah, and then also
A winch.
Well, a cow killer.
Huh?
A cow killer.
Oh, okay. Okay. Push bar.
Yeah.
Yep. Have to have that shit. And a winch in time. We'll get one at the auction.
And then spiked rims.
Yep. Yep.
Just in case I don't like the person I'm passing.
So, your vehicle's actually part of your tools.
Yeah.
Got to get there.
Oh, yeah.
Medical kit. For what we're doing, my survival kit will always be with us. You get stuck in the mountains, you got to be able to survive. And we're not wearing fucking khaki shorts and carrying a bottle of water. We're actually going in the mountains and going like we're going to live there for a minute.
We're not allowed to wear khaki shorts?
Huh?
We're not allowed to wear khaki shorts?
No. Unless you have a Twix bar with it.
Friend. But I
Guy
don't
with
want to be
Twix.
Steve Irwin. When he was
Okay,
alive.
look what happened to Steve Irwin in his fucking khaki shorts.
Friend, he did very well for a few years.
For a few years.
Friend.
So I think we covered number one pretty good. Again,
Yeah.
the scientific methods. Having, I think your case. So any paranormal team worth their shit is going to have a case manager, which covers the initial interview, investigative questionnaire, which ours was 9 pages long, and covered every aspect of what we were walking into. You don't know what the hell you're walking into. You could be walking into a serial killer for all you know. Yeah,
Or
that's
the
a
client
whole
could.
that's a whole other topic, huh?
Or the client could.
Well, with us going there,
Maybe.
yeah, you never know.
Depends on how I feel that day.
Oh.
Jabali. Hi, Jabali. I don't know who you are, but hi.
So your case manager is responsible for the initial interview, setting up the dates and whatnot to come to location. The case manager is responsible for the historical research, generally speaking. Find out who owned the property before, how far back you can go. And looking through county records, state records, federal records. Getting all data they can on that location. So what are some of the psychological and social factors that influence people's beliefs and experiences of the paranormal? I think religion plays a big role in that. But not just religion.
Pop culture.
Pop culture. How the person was raised. I mean, they can be raised in a highly religious environment, but doesn't always necessarily mean that's how they're going to move forward.
Nope.
So they can be as religious as somebody wants them to be, but Grandpa dies, and all of a sudden Grandpa comes back and says, "Hi," and they see they see a spirit. That's going to change their perspective on afterlife, potentially. Potentially.
It won't. It has a possibility of not. They could just be like, "Get your fucking ass back up to heaven, old man. What the hell are you doing? Like, what is your problem?"
Depends how old they are.
Friend. That's true. But
At 8 years old, they're not going to say fuck. They're going to say, "Grandpa, go to heaven."
yeah.
I would hope. I mean, I don't know. I've seen some 8-year-olds that cuss more than I do.
That's true.
So they might say, "Fuck, Grandpa, get your ass to fuck, bud. Get back to heaven."
Damn right.
Yeah. And, if they're Canadian, they are.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Hi, Irma.
Irma's listening. Psychological can also be influenced by mental health. It can be influenced by I'm thinking here.
Well, you're doing a shit job.
I know it.
Fred,
Where was I?
mental health.
No, I know. I scrolled. I shouldn't have scrolled.
Mental health and...
Yeah, like, what happens when you're 80, 85? Oh, well, wait,
86.
I mean, yeah. Anyway.
Fred,
Huh?
don't be taking off years.
And you know, so you don't believe it comes back to what's the meaning of life? That's always been the $1 million question for I think everybody at some point in their life. Why am I here? And that's kind of an introduction to the paranormal for a lot. But then you got the ones again based on how they're raised. There's no such thing as spirits. There's no such thing as Bigfoot. There's no such thing as because it goes against your religion. I think that's your biggest factor. Agree?
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to, and again, maybe it's part of the little church I grew up in. It was Methodist and United Methodist, and we were a little bit more liberal in our way of thinking. But maybe it's not the fact that my mom was always like, ask questions, do things. So I'd consider myself a religious person. I'd consider myself I'd hope I'm a good Christian, but at the same time, I'm always fascinated by what could be there. There are things, I'm sure the Bible is a book that was written 2 millennia ago now, so who's to say that things weren't left out, or the Vatican's buried stuff, or that we're not entitled to, all the answers. And maybe things. It's a big world.
I'm not touching that one.
And far be it from me to sit there and
Book of
think,
Enoch.
well,
Look at the Book of
one
Enoch.
thing defines my existence.
Well, okay, just want to clear something up for you, Rick. Being from up north, we're a little closer to God. So we had a talk with him.
No, that's West Virginia.
We had a talk with him, okay? And he said, friend, he's been meaning to update the Bible, but someone gave him a Rubik's Cube and he's having issues solving it. So, priorities.
Right?
Friend, what do you do?
Exactly.
Show number 3. How do you balance skepticism and open-mindedness when dealing with paranormal topics? Again, you have to have a balance. You have to walk in the middle. You can't be. You can be too skeptic or too critical versus too open. Were you gonna ask something?
I'm gonna give it a smart ass answer, but it's got so much truth to it. It's not even fucking funny. Use whiskey.
Huh?
Use whiskey,
Yeah.
friend.
Just pour a shot for the spirit while you're drinking the shot.
On that walk,
Okay.
you should never walk a straight line.
Okay. Yeah.
You should always stumble to one side or the other a little bit every time.
Yep. No. Agree. That's a
Whiskey makes you stumble,
great analogy.
so you use,
You
use
know,
whiskey.
you gotta take whiskey to
Right.
it. No, don't. But yeah. Yeah. No.
Hey, if you saw the things I saw while I was on whiskey,
You sure that wasn't ecstasy?
I can't remember the things I
those
saw.
were
when I
different
was on
things.
the-
Oh, okay. Okay.
Friend,
But again, no, you should always walk into a location looking for the mundane first.
but being open,
But being open that it's not mundane, yeah. No, absolutely. Just don't walk into a location expecting a ghost to pop out. Or don't walk into the woods expecting Bigfoot, because, well, you're never going to find him.
that's not true.
And when you're looking at lights in the sky, it's not always an extraterrestrial craft.
That's right. Sometimes it's an extraterrestrial being like Superman,
Yeah.
friend. But
Or
like
like the ones in Brazil, they actually came on hoverboards. No, they did. If we have time, we'll get to that. That was back in 2023, so it's actually a recent case. And for an entire month, they were terrorized by these beings in black armor and hoverboards, and yeah, weird case.
anytime you walk into a house or a building for a paranormal reason, to do research or to check out a claim, there is only one thing you should expect: a lie.
Okay.
Because either one side or the other is going to lie.
Mm-hmm.
Either science lies and it's not mundane, or the paranormal lies and it is mundane.
Yeah.
You can't expect anything else. There is no such thing as expecting something.
Mm-hmm.
If you expect anything, you're fucked.
That brings up another point I wanted to bring up. So, like I said last week, I've got like 3,000 fucking videos I'm going through, and I like the point that one guy brought up, that when they go in to investigate, they investigate the same way that the client says it happened. So if they were sitting in their living room at noon and something happened, they want to be there at noon to sit there and see if they can replicate it. Point being, don't be a ghost adventure and gotta turn the lights out. Why? Half the time shit happens in broad daylight. You don't have to kill the power. You don't have to fucking turn the lights out. You don't have to do... No.
But at the same time, I don't like that either.
Huh.
Okay, I'm going to use a mechanic analogy here.
Right?
Customer brings in their car,
Mm-hmm.
and they say, every time I step on the gas pedal, at 55 miles an hour,
Right?
it makes a weird noise. So I take the vehicle out on a test drive, and I only put it to 55 miles an hour.
Mm-hmm.
No noise is made. What did I do wrong?
You didn't have the radio on.
No. I didn't take it to 70 miles an hour where the noise would actually happen.
Right.
They just never noticed what they were actually doing.
Mm-hmm.
Because as soon as the noise started, they pulled their foot off the gas. That's the thing. You can't replicate something unless you look at every aspect. You have to come back there at least 3 times if you really want to get something.
Mm-hmm.
And it can't be all at the same time.
No, and that wasn't his point. They weren't literally going there at noon or the example. His example was you don't got to turn the lights out. You don't always got to be in the fucking dark. Because not everything happens.
No, but
at nighttime.
My point is, Eric, is you can't expect every spirit to replicate exactly the way they did. Friend, sometimes it might happen at the dark time. They're just like a freaking car. You don't know what the hell they're thinking. Friend, so you can't ask them to replicate it exactly.
Right.
Friend, you're never going to get the exact same result. Friend, it doesn't happen. Friend, even if it's not a spirit, not a like full spirit, but what we call a tape recording. Like where a loop.
Oh, yeah.
Even a loop doesn't do it at the exact same times, the exact same way. Something's always off. It has to be. Because the world around it changes. Friend.
Unless you're in Bellingham looking for the train.
Even that changes though. Because you got to think. Friend, okay, if you go to somewhere the exact same day, the exact same time, friend, the exact same day of the year, right? And expect it to happen again, it's going to, but not at the exact same time, because time has changed.
Right.
We have leap years for a reason. Friend, nothing is the same ever again. So it can't be at the same time.
True.
Friend, and we adjust that as much as we can scientifically, but you're never going to get the same result every single time.
Except for daylight savings, 'cause I think they're doing away with that.
In some places.
No, Washington, they're voting on it.
Yeah, but that's Washington. We have daylight saving time all across the United States.
I know.
So-
I think the whole thing's stupid.
Well,
To a
it's
point.
archaic.
We didn't save shit. We lost an hour. What are you talking about? Friend,
I want to jump down to how do you cope with fear, ridicule, or stigma that might be associated with being interested in or involved with the paranormal. I think that's changed a lot over the last couple of years. So I'll say, running the Upriver group, well, if I brought up Bigfoot or paranormal anything in that group in 2014, holy fuck, the attacks you got. The ridicule you got, the assholishness you got, compared to now. It's
you
changed.
remember?
It has changed over the years.
Do you remember, though, when I first joined your show as a panelist? And the first time we talked about that, friend, what I did, I put out my full address and phone number on air and said, "Come for me, fuckers."
Nobody showed up.
Nope.
They never do.
But my answer for that, 2 words. Punchy, punchy.
Okay.
Friend. Make fun of me. I'll hit you. I don't give a fuck. Hard to make fun of me when your nose is full of blood.
You don't. And I'll add to that. It was interesting because the first time I wore a Forest Boom Paranormal t-shirt in Mount Vernon, again, paranormal. You say paranormal to a normal person, they automatically jump on the spirits and ghosts. But the fact that I had a Bigfoot and an alien on the same shirt, I got stopped at least 3 or 4 times. And you guys do aliens too?
No, we don't. Let's get
do
that
them.
straight. We do not do them. We're not that kind of show.
No. But yeah, the number of now the government, even Anthony at 11 years old, a couple of years ago, he didn't talk about aliens or UFOs. He didn't believe in them. He didn't believe in anything. But now that the government has come out and talked about UAPs and the fact that the government has crashed UAPs, now he believes in them. It took the government, not Daddy, but the government, to come out and say,
Well,
there's
I
a
think
possibility.
it's been a slow, steady build, and I think you can
Yeah.
thank the History Channel for that, because they jumped on because they needed content and ancient aliens, and so and if we've learned anything from the History Channel, it's that people that are older than Cole tend to watch it. So
Albert.
Hey, whoa.
Well, he's always calling us old, so
I know.
You
I
gotta
know.
remember, I watch more History Channel than either of you.
No, you're absolutely right.
Friend.
the point is that you don't see many people under the age of 50 that watch the History Channel.
We do now
And
because they had aliens to it.
yeah,
And Bigfoot.
they needed that. So, well,
But that was
there
a
you go.
slow
You got
build
the
again.
Aliens. So now you've got the older people that are like, "Where's my World War II? Where's I want to see about the aircraft carrier Enterprise." And it,
You
well,
guys
there's
have to remember the old days of History Channel.
Right.
Okay,
Oh, I
when it
remember
first started.
days.
Yeah, but you got to think of what it started with. Pawn
History.
Stars.
Oh, that's
no,
right.
like when it first started growing
Yeah, no, we
as
started
a
Pawn
streaming
Stars and
service.
shit.
It showed up
Right.
with Pawn Stars. It showed up with
Storage Wars.
Storage Wars.
Yeah.
Then American Pickers. Then they went on to Ice Road Truckers, America's Deadliest Catch. Friend,
Right.
all these led to them being able to say, okay, it's time to put on weird shit.
Yep.
And
Yep.
Else been done
And
somewhere else.
in all fairness, so paranormal shows like Ghost Hunters and Haunted Dolls and all these other, ancient aliens and whatnot, they're full of shit half the time. We know that.
Well, but they expose.
And they're entertainment. But
yeah.
I think the problem is, and they were great for exposing the public to the potential of paranormal.
I will say for 5
Right.
years, and it is our fault, we've gotten it wrong.
What?
We have always said that Earth
It's flat.
is the bad neighborhood of the universe. We're not.
Mars?
No.
Which one?
Well, there isn't one. I don't actually believe there is one.
Okay.
What we are is the reality show of the universe.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely.
Friend, we are the MTV reality show.
And I can see the aliens going, okay, Alf. Put
Actually,
your seatbelt on.
MTV's too big. We're VH1 reality show. Yeah, like we're that bad.
So the problem you have, and I've seen it firsthand, is when people use ghost hunters, for example, and I use that as example all the time because it's happened. But when you have someone that wants to go ghost hunting and they use that for their fucking education, not entertainment, education, and it happens, they will go out and they'll literally buy every piece of equipment. Zach Baggins and I don't know any of their names other than Zach Baggins because he's the biggest dirtbag.
Because he's your friend.
Yeah. But they'll actually buy every piece of equipment these people have, not knowing anything about how they're used or what the red lights mean, other than if the red light comes on, it's a ghost because Zach Baggins said so. But that's the problem.
I was just going to say it's the old thing of, well, it's good that it introduced a bunch of people, and then
Right.
it's bad that you got a bunch of people that don't know what they're doing running around the countryside.
Okay, but if they want to go to, say, Northern State, if they want to go to a public location, great. I have absolutely no problem with that. Go have fun. Have a blast. Just do it legally. If you need a permit, get your damn permit. If, do it legally and just have fun with it. That's fine. The minute they start going to a private residence, the minute they start telling people they know what they're doing, that they can come out and get evidence for them, that's where the problem comes in. Stay the hell out of private residence. And that's why I've always said, since we've had this show in 2016, I've always said, any group that is under 5 years old is new. And I say 5 years because are these people going out every day? No. They might go 1 week in a month. If that. So, any team or group that's under 5 years old, you're a newbie. So, and that kind of covers Paula's number 4 is what are some of the ethical and legal issues. There was a group in Bellingham for a while, for example, that would go get drunk and go and investigate, and I do that with air quotes, cemeteries. And, they eventually got banned from going to a specific cemetery because there were headstones knocked over. Because they get drunk and stupid. And, well, ethics, when it comes to, when we ran FMP, we had a whole ethics class. Because one was, you don't ever go to investigation sick. You don't go if you've had a drink. You don't go if you smoke weed. No, you always have to have a clear head. Because one, if there's something malevolent in the location, they can very easily manipulate or possess you or attach themselves to you. And one, as two, it's just unprofessional. But some of the ethic and legal issues, always check location if you have to have a permit, if it's a public location. For example, Northern State is closed after dusk. Don't get caught in there and say you're a paranormal investigator, because that just gives everybody a bad name.
Yeah. Tell them you're a Texans fan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again.
Or go boo, I'm a ghost, and well, they might run away. But yeah, the fear, ridicule, and stigma. Again, I don't care. I've been doing this since been into the paranormal since 1990, and I actually had a company commander tell me I was nuts because I thought UFOs were real. And that was back in 95, 97. Wow. And of course got pulled into the psychiatrist's office because she thought I was going to kill myself because Heaven's Gate happened. So
wow, that's a leap.
I missed. We skipped up to number 4, didn't we?
Huh?
You were just talking about ethical and legal issues.
Yeah. Do you have another one?
I do.
Okay.
According to the number 2 of Forest Moon Paranormal,
do
not kill the client, apparently.
Oh.
That is not allowed.
Huh?
It's not allowed.
We weren't allowed to kill the client?
Yeah. A bit of an issue.
And so...
Even if the ghost tells you to.
Right?
Which I don't agree with. Friend, do what the ghost tells you to. That's how you stay alive.
Well, and you have to use your bare hands, though, because number 3 was no weapons.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Friend.
Yeah.
Friend, that rule I'm okay with. Because a gun is not a weapon.
It's not?
No.
It's a firearm.
No, it's a tool.
Oh, okay.
So,
okay.
It's
so
a normal tool.
You know they're trying to outlaw knives now, too.
Are they?
Yeah.
Good on them.
Yeah.
Friend.
Firearms and knives. Yep.
Sweet.
So, everyone's going to be killing with their bare hands now.
How are we supposed to cut food?
I don't know. That's a good question.
With a spork. Use your spork.
I'm going to go to Zombie Land and just, get a baseball bat and put spikes in it. They don't sell them. So
somehow it'd get outlawed.
They can't outlaw it.
Wait, is that here or is that somewhere else?
That's in Washington. No, that's in the U.S. And it's not going to go anywhere.
Somebody's trying to make a name for themselves.
Oh, yeah.
So.
As far as let's fear of the paranormal. I don't think I have any.
I think we already covered this one pretty much completely.
I'm just picking it apart. That's all. Here's the ridicule factor. I think it's gone. The fear factor. I can't tell you how many clients I've talked to over the years that we did it. That started out with, you're going to think I'm crazy, and you're like, no, not at all.
A few of them we did.
Oh,
but it had nothing to do with their views on the paranormal.
No, they're just they had mental health issues.
or heads in the fucking foyer. Like, that makes you a crazy person. I don't care. I don't even care if they're human. If you have rats' heads in the like your entrance to your home, you're fucking nuts.
Yeah, that's true.
True. Friend, they keep away the spirits.
Avant-garde artist.
Huh?
Or you're an avant-garde artist.
Oh yeah, they're crazy too.
Yeah. Yeah. So number 6.
The beholder, right?
Yeah, they must have been blind.
Wait, that was a thing? That's really a thing.
I know. Number 6, what are some of the benefits and challenges of working in a team or a community of paranormal enthusiasts or professionals? Benefits, I think, are you learn from each other. You actually get educated on some areas. What?
As a member of S4, I renounce myself from this question.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't. Yeah. That's it.
My mama always said, if you can't say nothing nice, say nothing. Stop saying nothing.
All right. How do you communicate your findings and opinions to the public and the media in a credible, respectful way? Well, we didn't. We communicated our findings and opinions to the client.
Yep.
Wait, fuck that. I am saying something.
Okay.
Screw this. Friend, there is one benefit. You may find a select few people that you can completely get along with, that you can have stand behind you, that you can stand behind no matter what. Whether they're right or wrong in the moment, you can still stand behind them, and they will be your best friends for life. Other than that, the rest of them, well, friend, they may as well join the government, because, well, they're both that useful. Friend, that's it.
Okay.
How do you communicate your findings and opinions to the public and media in a credible and respectful way?
We didn't.
I do.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I find when a newscaster is out and about and you get them live, you can go yell it behind their back.
I didn't do that. I just...
The aliens are coming! The aliens are coming!
I hit golf balls at them, but that's another story.
Friend.
Yeah.
Oh, trust me. And again, another thing. A small market television with local newscasts. The best thing that you could ever do, please go up and yell behind them. I encourage it. Please. Just do something. Make weird hand gestures. Look, act like one of those wacky waiver things that they have in front of a car.
Or make a sign.
Do that. You know why?
Where's Elvis?
Because most reporters and TV anchors are assholes. So, yes, please disrupt their live shots. Because usually they're just full of themselves anyway. They're being over dramatic. So, yeah, do that.
You know those crazy, wacky, inflatable arm flailing tube man guys?
Yes.
You know they now make a desktop version?
A what?
A desktop version.
A what?
The tube guys.
Wait, there's a desktop version? Is that
yeah, you can put it on your desk.
Oh, sweet.
It's 16 inches tall.
Oh, Paula's excited.
You know, like the ones they have in front of businesses that flail their arms?
Oh,
Yeah.
Crazy, wacky, inflatable
okay.
tube flailing, or arm flailing tube man.
Uh-huh.
Friend, they have desktop versions now.
Oh, God.
Oh no. She may be sitting right next to me. Oh, no. But yes, please go act like that behind any live news. Because they deserve it.
And
assholes.
doing what we did, because we were emergency response, I got phone calls from London. I got phone calls from
France. Then you saw their underpants.
From TV networks that wanted our client list and wanted to know if any of our clients would come on their show, and I just, on their behalf, say no, because, well, they didn't. I kind of followed the same guidelines as HIPAA when it came to our clients, because our clients didn't come to us usually asking us to come and see if their house was haunted. Our clients actually came to us wanting it gone. When we got phone calls or emails or whatnot, these were terrified people. They weren't wanting to talk to Casper. No. You know.
The only thing I would ask about that, and again, I'm the member of the show here that's not part of the actual investigative, or hasn't been part of the investigative side of things. So I would just, for that sort of thing, and I know you guys weren't thinking about it at the time, but maybe like if you had gotten requests, maybe for future clients that you wouldn't have said, hey, you know, periodically from time to time we get requests for people, you know, you might want to be interviewed, or that might want to interview you. Would you be interested? And if so, you could give them their contact information, where you leave it to the client, not that you give them the TV station or the network their information.
The issue with that is our goal was to make their lives easier, always.
Okay.
And
all right.
There isn't a newscast or a TV show that I trust farther than I can throw them.
Right, exactly.
Well, you're right for doing that, because you shouldn't ever.
And because we actually got an offer when I first joined the team
for a TV show.
For a TV show,
and we turned it
down. My immediate response was no.
Yeah, we discussed it as a team.
Yeah, and
I was in favor for a second. I'll admit, because it sounded kind of cool. But end result was no. We fucking turned it down.
I believe my answer for you was, if you do it, I won't be involved.
Right.
And it's because I do not trust them.
Well, the local station, or
no,
was this?
It was history.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
When they can't even get the actual recorded history right, I don't trust them to actually get this right. So.
No, well, I was going to say the thing with like even local television, you have to be very careful, because they will, and you guys are smart enough to realize it too, that they'll do these subtle little things to make you look stupid. You know, here's the facing ghosts, and you know, it's demeaning.
The thing is, they want you to, most of those, and I heard this from some of the teams that were actually debunking ghost adventures and whatnot, and after talking to those people, they, they get told you need to throw that rock across the room so it looks like something's haunted. I mean, 99.9% of those shows were actually faked.
Right.
There was, the actual chance of you catching something on video is slim.
Right.
So, yeah, but that's the problem, is the people gullible enough to watch those shows and think they're educational. And, we have our own opinion about ancient aliens. Not everything's a damn alien. And for them, the way they act and the way they belittle and ridicule people's beliefs, because it doesn't follow the alien narrative. No, there's no respect with that show.
For little tiny bit of respect.
Oh,
just a little bit.
A little tiny bit. Because
hey, without aliens. We don't have that weird psychological, however you say his name, guy, the Greek guy with the big head.
Oh, fuck
And that
him.
guy, meme trove treasure forever.
That's true. But my favorite part is the fact that they still aired William Shatner's interview. That's where I have respect for them.
Okay. I don't think I saw that one.
When he told them that they are absolutely fucking insane for everything that they are talking about, and when he asked George stuck a lot of puss, what his degree is in, and he looked at him with nothing and said, well, I don't have one. Well, now this fucking makes sense, is what Shatner replied. The fact that they still aired that,
right?
That I'm going to give him a little respect for that, because he demeaned that entire show in a 15-minute segment.
I'm sure Shatner probably had some pull in that regard too. I mean, it's Shatner. I'm sure his contract said, "Look, I don't do this show unless I get A, paid handsomely, and B, I get to do whatever I want.
Yeah,
within reason. Yeah, within reason. So I can't swear, but yeah."
I'm
sure in carte blanche.
And like that brought up my respect for him quite well.
Oh, Shatner?
Yeah. I'm sorry, after Dune, I just lost a lot of respect for the man.
Yeah.
But, he's...
I liked him on,
He's real.
Yeah. I liked him on Boston Legal.
Yeah, oh God, he was brilliant.
He was fucking awesome in Boston Legal.
Put him and Spader together, that was
God, yeah. I still can't get Spader. To me, Spader is always going to be blacklist.
Well, it's funny. He goes back to something that we talk about in the paranormal, Stargate. Okay. The original Stargate.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was the original Dr. Daniel. I can't remember his last name, but
that's right.
We were watching that the other day, and I told Paula, because we'd been watching Monarch Legacy of Monsters, and Kurt Russell's in that. And I said, oh, look, it's 90s action version of Kurt Russell. And she's, oh, yeah. And I was like, holy crap, I forgot Spader's in this. And it was young Spader before he lost all his hair. Yeah, but Spader's awesome.
So as far as last question, what has the paranormal influenced with pop culture and film? And I think it goes without saying, Orson Welles' War of the Worlds was the kind of original, followed by Close Encounters of the Third Kind when it comes to the UFO side. And some theories with those are the government actually allowed certain directors to release certain information. Carter? Who's the director of X-Files? Because X-Files...
Chris Carter.
Chris Carter was actually supposed to be one of them. Steven Spielberg was the second one, and there's a third one. Huh?
George Lucas.
Yeah. They're actually given permission from the government to release certain information in regards to the UFO field. Is it propaganda? Yeah, to an extent. To what end? Who again? Like we talked with Project Bluebeam. Who knows what the end goal is? Is it going to be New World Order? The big conspiracy theories? Who knows?
Well, Eric, I don't know if you remember this. When we were kids, they actually had a TV show for Project Blue Book. that was based on the actual. It wasn't like they remade it recently. I think on Sci-Fi or one.
Oh, okay,
How the
okay.
hell did
But
Blue
there was
Orphan
one
Annie have anything
actually-
to do with Project Blue Book?
But it was the actual case files from the Air Force investigation from back in the 60s.
Okay. I remember that one, honestly.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of it. It was on Sundays for some weird reason, but
All
it
the
didn't
good
last
shows
very
were on
long.
Sundays. Untold Stories, or the Unknown. I can't remember. Unknown Mysteries, I think it was called.
Yeah, well, Leonard Nimoy did In Search Of,
Mhm.
the original In Search Of. So,
Yeah, I remember. I watched that as a kid.
yep. So that was always it was syndicated, so Saturday afternoons where I grew up at. So yeah, it was it existed. We did popular media. Obviously, War of the Worlds. Well, War of the Worlds was what we already talked. Day the Earth Stood Still is critically acclaimed as. Of course, that was an anti-nuke, more or less, movie, but alien. So
Okay, hold on.
we've had a fascination with UFOs and the paranormal going back.
We need to remove
Dracula.
that word from our dictionary.
What's that?
Critically acclaimed.
Critically, well, it is. I mean,
Yeah, but it means fuck all now.
pointing to.
They've ruined that.
Well, now, yes.
The fact that Barbie is up for a fucking Best Picture, none of it means shit anymore.
Okay.
And the fact that they're mad that Margot Robbie isn't getting nod for Best Actress, yeah.
Okay. So Barbie gets all kinds of praise and heat and everything else. Godzilla -1 only got a VFX nomination, and it tells a human story about this giant radioactive lizard that shows up on Japan's doorstep right after we had firebombed them and nuked them into the Stone Age.
Well, everything was new. Was new. All the science fiction back then was due to nuclear radiation.
Do you know
no,
what
I'm
should have, okay, with all the movies that came out in 2023, do you know what should have got the fucking Best Picture nod?
Well, Oppenheimer, but
No, fuck that shit. I watched that movie. That wasn't that good.
well, it was 3 hours. Cole, your attention span.
My attention span is fairly fucking good. Friend,
John Wick
it's the fact
4.
that it wasn't what they advertised at all. It wasn't what they were saying it was going to be.
Oh, okay.
Right.
I haven't seen it.
It was a
yet,
legal battle. That's it.
Huh.
And fought across 3 timelines. Friend, we didn't have a movie in 2023 that actually deserved Best Picture.
No.
Well, they haven't made a movie that deserved the Best Picture in probably, 10 years? Maybe?
No, I disagree.
Which one?
The Whale.
Okay. Well, I haven't seen it, so I can't.
You need to watch that. It's
Okay.
it,
Avengers
Well, I say
definitely
it's a
should
good
have
movie.
won.
John Wick 4.
Friend,
John Wick 4 would be good.
but
Did we lose our train?
No, we're good.
No,
We're here.
I'm still kind of on the topic, but
Okay.
Fast and the Furious
did you guys
25.
know that they are bringing back one of the scariest movies or TV shows from the 90s and 80s?
Which one?
We're getting Unsolved Mysteries back
Oh, cool.
Oh, lovely.
Maybe.
with the original guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's scary.
Not the first guy.
Robert Stack's been dead for...
Yeah, no, not him. The second guy that took over right after he died.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he died too.
No, he's still alive, and his son's helping him. Stan?
no.
Stan? Hold on.
Robert Stack was the original guy. He's dead. Then
Back on a Ouija board.
played the detective guy in Law and Order. He's not the main guy, but there was the guy that replaced him. He's dead.
Bring him back on a Ouija board so he can keep doing the show.
I don't know why I'm even saying this, because we can bring him back the fake. They brought Carrie Fisher back to life.
Yep.
So yeah,
CGI.
Peter Cushing. So yeah, they can be done. What am I saying? ChatGPT can make anything. AI can make anything live again.
I'm telling you, we'll bring them back on a Ouija board. That'd be more entertaining.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure they're really terrific. I can use.
Oh, so as far as art goes, they say that the original Da Vinci actually had a UFO in it. They say the original Lord's Prayer had a UFO in it. I don't know. I'd like to see the originals with them in it. That'd be kind of cool. But look at The Conjuring. Look at Annabelle, which is stupid because there's a book actually that was written by about the Warrens, where oh God, what's his name? Ed Warren actually said Annabelle was never haunted. That spirits cannot occupy dolls and toys and things like that, and that's his quote. So looking at it from that perspective, Ed and Lorraine had a lot of skeptical people that thought they were scamming. Were they? I don't know. I consider them kind of as the godmother, godfather of paranormal investigation, because of the way, and that's why I like The Conjuring the most, I think, because if you look at the way they actually did paranormal investigation in The Conjuring, was very archaic, but that's how they did it back then. They didn't have what we have today, digital technology, digital recorders versus, a cassette tape, which is harder to manipulate a cassette deck versus a digital recorder when it comes to if you actually have a spirit.
Yeah.
But, you take that quote from Ed, then you have to throw the entire, why do they have Annabelle locked up in a museum if she's not really haunted or demon possessed, whatever? That was all for show, which makes the movie all for show. And I have a hard time with a lot of those types anyway, because not everything's a damn demon. Again. And you look at half the paranormal shows, oh my God, I've got a demon in my house, and you've got the paranormal investigators telling you, yep, it's a demon. Oh my God, gotta get a priest. No. So, how can I or anyone learn to become a paranormal researcher or investigator? Well, look for a local team. And so some of the things you want to look at, if you look at a team, I was going to talk about this tonight anyway, but any team worth their weight in gold isn't going to charge anybody anything. And I even have a hard time with, we'll investigate your house for a donation, or donations accepted. The minute you say donations accepted, anyone that looks at that's going to automatically jump on, oh, they want a donation. So, even when we were running FMP, no. Even if we were asked if we accept donations, we said no. And then, when we're on site, if they offered a donation, we'd take it. We'll take it for our time, we'll take it for gas, we'll take it for new equipment. Absolutely. But at no point in conversation would we imply that we accepted donations. Because again, that means you're taking money. So any team that says, I've seen some team web pages that actually had a price listing. They'll come in and investigate for $50. They'll cleanse your home for an additional $70. I had a client that had already had 3 different teams come in One of which charged them $500 because he's going to do a TV show on their property. I mean, you know, the ethics. Again, you talked about ethics earlier. The ethics that come the fuck on. You're talking about the paranormal, which isn't normal to begin with, and you're going to charge somebody for what? So, how can you become a paranormal researcher? Study. Google. Find a local team. How long they've been around. What do they do? Do they offer investigation, or do they offer a clearing? Do they offer what do they offer? And again, watch paranormal TV. Listen to podcasts. Use your brain. Use common sense when you're watching paranormal TV and listening to paranormal podcasts. Does it make sense? Does it make sense based on your belief? Don't ever question your own belief based on somebody else telling you how to investigate or anything like that. Stay solid on your belief. Want to add anything? He's over there reading.
Yeah, I am. Sorry. I'm still on the Unsolved Mysteries thing.
Yeah.
Oh, you're trying to fact check me.
No, you're right. He died. But he is coming back. But his son's the host.
Oh, okay.
But he will be on the show as a co-host.
Huh. CGI.
Friend.
I don't know.
So,
AI is really scary. Something else I wanted to bring up. So, on one of the videos I was watching, there's a doctor, Ron Douglas and Glenn Jeffrey, who are two biologists. I believe it was 2014. They did a research on whether dogs and cats can actually see alternate dimensions. And what they found was they see different wave frequencies. So, you know, I didn't want to hit astral too much because we were going to talk about that next week. But when we have the astral team go in, there were several times where Tony would be on site. And so when we ran a case, I've got a chat with the client on one side, I've got a chat with the team on the other. And the client would be saying, I don't know what's going on, but my dog is running down the hall, barking at something. And Tony, our team member on site, will be saying, tell the client not to worry, their dog's following me around. So, obviously, are you still there, Rick?
Oh, yeah.
I'm here.
Okay. I just heard something pop up.
That's me.
So, obviously, the client's dog could see our team member in astral.
Fucking spies.
Okay.
Right? So, can dogs and cats see other... And I think it's still the... I don't think you saw that video. So, we had another client that sent the video, and their cat... you could see an unseen force was shaking the cat. There was nothing there.
That was me.
and the cat was being shaken. And really freaked out. And that particular case, I remember basically a portal had opened up and let some trolls into our realm. And they weren't happy. The bathroom was being remodeled and whatnot, and I believe the closet, which obviously was part of the reason a portal was opened up. So the team went in, got the trolls back to their realm and closed the portal, and that was that case. But I just remember seeing the cat because other kin like that don't like cats. Cats are guardians. But that case really stuck out. And the other case that really sticks out was on Whidbey Island, and that was a perfect astral team versus psychic versus technology, all merging to recognize and close a case. And that was where anytime we had our psychic go in, she went in with no information at all, completely cold, just walk into residence, identify hot spots that she picked up, come out, let me know. We go in with equipment. Huh?
She was looking for him because she was cold.
For the hot spot? Yeah. So we went in with EMF, high readings coming from an attic door. Sent in astral. Astral picked up an entity in the attic. Cleared out the entity. Went back in with EMF. EMF was completely normal. Psychic went in. Everything was completely normal. Client went in. Everything was completely normal. So that was one of those perfect cases with a perfect ending where you had all three aspects of paranormal investigation completely. And that was the only time it's ever happened. So as the group leader, and not astraling, I've been asked this. Well, you can't astral, so how did you know the team actually picked this up, and how do you know everything was fine? The client. Everything goes back to your client. You have a freaked out client in the beginning, and the client goes into their home, and everything's calm. The child is going and playing in their bedroom, again, after not touching their bedroom for a month. That's how you know the case is done.
Yeah.
I don't have to astral. I can't astral. I'm locked in. I physically cannot astral. To clarify, anyone can astral, unless you're like me and you're actually stuck in your body. And some people are for a specific task. But at the end of the day, if you can say that client was completely happy and the kids are playing in the room again and the cat and dog are acting normal again, you know your case is solved. Now, what do you charge? Because you can't guarantee something else won't come in. You can't guarantee a portal won't open up somewhere. You can't guarantee, you have no guarantee. That's why it's called the paranormal. So.
Yep.
That's question 10. Research, like I said. So I usually go on YouTube. I like YouTube. Is YouTube honest? Is YouTube everything spoken on YouTube reality? No, I'd say 10%, maybe. But Cole can see my notebook. It's full of names. It's full of topics. It's full of. I'll watch a video and I will take names down. I will take projects down. Any kind of keyword that comes out of a documentary or video, I'm taking notes so I can do further research on those people. That's how you research. You don't have to take a documentary or a podcast or any kind of video at face value. Don't ever. Always be looking for the lie. Like Cole said.
Friend. That last question, I'm going to answer it with the best thing I can. Trial and error.
Yeah.
That's it. Friend, go out there, do your thing.
If you're local, start with Northern State.
Yeah. But follow the ethical rules. Like, don't go somewhere you're not supposed to be.
Yep.
Friend, don't go there when you're not supposed to be there. Friend, like Eric constantly says, it doesn't have to be nighttime. The stuff can happen during the day. You
Oh my
just have to
God! I don't think we've ever been there at night. We've always gone during the day, and I've always had
Okay,
something.
I'm not going to answer that. But,
No, dude, no.
friend, I've never been there in an official capacity at night. How
Right?
about that?
Okay.
Friend, but you're going to make mistakes. You're going to screw up your own research. You're going to screw up your own investigations.
Just laugh about it, move on.
Yeah. Friend, and just know, friend, if you do this long enough, you are never going to have a drug habit because you're not going to be able to frickin' afford it. Friend, like any good hobby, this is going to take all the money you have.
Well, gas,
Friend.
especially today's gas money alone.
Yeah.
Oh, not just that. Okay, so let's look at this. Yeah, how much does it cost? You can pick up a basic EMF meter at Harbor Freight. For what would you say, Cole? About $9.99?
Yep.
I'd say if you're, huh?
I said, "Ooh, Harbor Freight."
Yeah.
Call it. It's like,
No, but Harbor Freight, you can.
Freight.
Harbor Freight, you can pick up an EMF meter. You can pick up a digital thermometer for probably another under $20. Right?
Friend, do you know how much this one cost me?
Huh?
18 cents.
Really?
Yes.
Where?
Friend, Temu.
And
And it works. It's perfect.
Okay. The rare
Friend.
thing from Temu that works.
Actually, you know what? I bought 7 things off them, and every single one of them worked.
I'll be damned.
Yeah, I was quite happy with what I got.
You got lucky.
But I didn't. Well, I didn't buy all the crap that everyone else does.
Yeah.
Like, I don't expect to be able to get a drone off there for $10. That's going
Right.
to do everything they claim.
Well, and that's my other point with the question. Well, with the cost part. So an EMF meter is an EMF meter. Digital thermometer is a digital thermometer. You can go cheap on that shit. Do not go cheap on cameras.
Yeah.
And again, I would love to have a drone, but the drones I want are like $2,500 to $3,000, and those are low end, but those have infrared, those have FLIR, thermal.
Our camera that we have was $600 new, and it's not good enough
No,
for what we want to do.
I had 2 game cams that were actually donated to FMP that are sufficient. We need more because game cams for what we're going to do. Absolutely, we need game cams. The ones that we have are night vision capacity. They are motion censored, whatnot. And I mean, we picked up Faye when we went up and set him up in Cumberland. No Bigfoot, but hey, I don't expect to get a Bigfoot because one, they can pick up on it. They're not going to show themselves what they want unless they actually want to be seen. You're not going to see
You
one.
get that one pervert Bigfoot who exposes himself to
Right.
that fucker.
Woo!
I heard a new theory about tree knocks. That Three Feathers is his name. Says Bigfoot actually go inside the trees. You're about to laugh.
I am. Bigfoot's totally fucking a tree.
Yep.
That's awesome.
They go inside the trees, and the popping you hear is I don't know if it's the expansion of the tree or what, but
Okay, Bigfoot's a liar just like any other guy. It's not that big.
Oh. And so I take everything with a grain of salt. Go by your own experiences, because
Unless your Bigfoot salt would hurt.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
But honestly, some of the shit you hear when you've been in the field for a while, Yeah. Go by what you think feels like it makes the most sense. Do I think Bigfoot becomes a tree? No. Do I think Bigfoot is interdimensional and can disappear at a whim? I do.
Do I think he's fucking a tree? Goddamn-lutely. Every animal has, like every female animal, mammal, has their period. What the hell is Bigfoot supposed to do for a week? He doesn't have porn.
And you know he's watching rabbits fuck.
Friend, that's not the same.
Okay.
But he gets a nice tree, like a mighty oak. Friend.
Oh,
Like a novel-headed, you know.
Oh, Bigfoot's laughing his ass off of you.
He's going to town.
That's what the hole in the oak is for.
Yeah. Friend.
You just thought it was sap coming out.
This is why I laugh when everyone talks about maple syrup.
Oh.
Is maple syrup the best thing ever?
Yeah, because it's fucking Bigfoot.
If you like semen, yeah.
I'm not using syrup no more. Oh, I won't tell the kids that. Oh my god. Oh, but yeah, no, there is again. There's some stuff you can cheap out on. Again, the EMF meter, the digital thermometer. Go old school. Hell, go to a fucking pawn shop and find a cassette deck. I have a hard time with spirits talking through digital recorders and shit. Sometimes you might get something, absolutely, but I think the biggest laugh I get is the ones that can't take skepticism as critical opinion. You know, and for a while, in the beginning, I was kind of like that. Because I saw what I saw. Well, true. But you look at a picture long enough, you're going to see what your mind wants you to see. Whereas you send that same picture to Skeptic magazine or, something like that, and they can actually replicate it, then no. And it's kind of like we had that UFO guy that wanted to say we had a picture of a UFO, and after looking at it and analyzing it, it was a streetlight.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Some shit people claim, you can see right through. But
well, and sometimes we differ on opinion.
Yeah.
I still believe fully that the biggest Bigfoot sighting in the world, the most well known, is faked. Always will. I honestly don't think I'll change my opinion on
the Patterson Gimlin video.
Absolutely.
Yeah. See, that looks fake to me. It always has looked fake. Even back when I saw it on In Search of. And yeah, it's grainy, but even then it looks...
Well, so to play devil's advocate, it would be grainy because of the cameras they had back then.
Well, yeah, but...
yes and no.
Is still not bad. It wasn't terrible.
Because you show me that, and I'll show you a video of Chewbacca walking down the street.
No, absolutely.
From that far away.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't tell he's in a costume. But you can see the zipper lines in the Patterson Gilman one. Okay. That's what bothers me. I don't see a reason for that line to be in a Bigfoot body.
And
that doesn't...
No,
that's
right.
Bigfoot's... It's just the most famous thing ever that everybody, like we're just saying, the one everybody knows.
And that's what people don't hear is Patterson, before he died, Gimlin's still alive, but before Patterson died, he even came out on his deathbed and said they faked it. But you get people that are so ingrained in want to believe it. To them, it's always going to be real. Me, I've kind of dropped all that shit anyway. If I want to see a Bigfoot, I can go in my fucking backyard. And if they want to show themselves, they will.
That's right. I'll show you my Bigfoot, baby.
But you got groups like BFRO and
But hey,
huh?
if I am attending to the trees, you just leave me the fuck alone, okay?
Okay.
Friend, we don't interact while that's going on.
But no, you have some of these groups that we've interacted with over the years, and no.
You can come later and collect the syrup.
Yeah, we'll give a maple syrup as a gift, and they'll like it. Yeah. And then we'll send them to Bigfoot Pornhub.
So I think we're going to have to wait a few more weeks on Astral.
Okay.
I'm,
Let the rest of the crew.
let them recuperate and get better. And
Yeah, because that seems to be a couple of our strong. Nikki and Rosella both have a strong.
yeah, Rosella's just her family's too big, and they're passing it around her house.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's probably karma because she's showing us all those snacks all the time that she's making.
Right?
Exactly.
God damn it!
Well, all she does is she's got to go upstairs, take care of a kid, and then come back. What else are you going to do? I mean, after they go back to sleep or do whatever, you got to bake something. So you're stuck at the house. So
Yeah, but you
have to
don't
make
share.
shit. You got a Tim Hortons 5 minutes away.
Right, friend.
Oh,
Like, what the hell?
vehicle that's capable of getting to Canada. So,
I do. You just have to pick up Kayla.
well, we could certainly do it again.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, it's an hour away.
I'm out of snacks.
And we ain't checked out that Dollar General either.
We don't have that.
Wait,
Well, the Dollar, whatever it is. Bonanza.
Dollarama.
Dollarama. That's it.
Dollarama.
ooh, new dollar store to go see. All
Well,
right, I'm in.
okay. It's a dollar store like Dollar Tree is a dollar store.
I'm
Hardly anything's actually a dollar in there, but it's all for the dollar. Like
It's $1.25.
they have items that are
ramen.
$5, but it's like a full cutting block with a full set of knives.
right. No, they have what do they call those? Dollar General in the South. They have a lot. It's not well. My little stupid hometown, 2,900 people, has two of them. One going into town, one going out. So, but yeah, they're not dollar, but
Yeah.
yes, you get the buck. Yeah.
You know, Darrington's getting a Dollar Tree.
Bastards.
That's closer. No, that's not closer.
Not
to
really.
Zeros.
No.
Not
No.
really.
Yeah.
I mean, I can go to Burlington and back in the time it takes me to go to Darrington and back, just about.
But I don't know. They seem to be having the same issues that Goodwill's having. So
What's good
if
with
they're
that?
well, they were supposed to open in fucking October,
Oh, okay.
and they should be open in October of 2028. By the looks of it, so like everything's in there. They got a full store, but
Well-
they won't open it.
Huh.
Bastards.
Okay.
Why?
We don't
You know
know.
why?
No. Kayla was supposed to work there, and the thing is, she actually got the job back before she took this one, which was in October.
Right.
And she was told she'd be working at the Mount Vernon store for 2 weeks, and then she'd switch over to this one. And like by now, she'd still be working in Mount Vernon for this
Right.
long, and that's if they had time for her. Right.
Huh.
So
So we have we did pick up a new telescope at the auction.
Cool.
So we'll be doing some sky watches this summer. So we'll be watching for Forest Moon Heavy Terrain Research, and go like our Facebook page. And if you have a sighting or you want to send an idea for the show, throw me an email at medicineagle, MEDICYNE _eagle@yahoo.com.
Yeah. Friend. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for...
What are we talking next week?
Probably paranormal.
Hey, that sounds fun. Let's talk about paranormal. Yeah. Throw a conspiracy here. Let's throw a conspiracy or two in there. Along with paranormal and maple syrup.
Let's do it. Let's go conspiracy.
Conspiracy?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Friend. Yeah.
Who rules the world?
I do. I told you this.
Okay.
I can even get some sports conspiracy.
Apparently, it's time for another flogging because he doesn't still think I rule it. So. Friend.
All right. We'll see you all next week.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. As always, thank you, Rick, for joining us. Friend,
Of course.
thank you, Paul, for your wonderful questions. To everyone out there, we are live every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And we will see you next week with conspiracies. Good night, everybody.
Good.
Data transfer complete. System malfunction. Please evacuate immediately. Program terminated.
Son of a biscuit eater.